Hello, Taurus. This is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts with your April reading for the second half of the month from the 16th through the 30th. General, as always, guys, it's not going to resonate with every single person. Please do take from it, as always, what makes sense for you and release the rest. If you're interested in your own personal reading, that information is down below in the description box. And of course, I'll include a link to the decks and creators that you do see here today. And cross watchers are always welcome. So I'm going to timestamp these down below because we're going to be breaking it up into sections. We're starting off with the Divine Masculine, and then the second half of this reading will be focused on the Feminine. Okay, so make sure you check down in the description box what the timestamps are. So let's dive right into this. Taurus, we're starting off with two of my decks, the Heart Songs Volume 1 deck, and then we'll go ahead and grab a couple cards from the Real Talk with Him Words of Wisdom deck. So typically I've been doing the Love and Life series for the first half of the month and then the second half, but this time around, Songs in the Key of Love, we're going to be taking a look at musical messages for this love connection. So let's get started. Let's see where this goes, starting with the Divine Masculine. All right, so angels and spirit guides, please, for Taurus. Focusing on the masculine, let's grab a couple of songs here. I'm guided to this one. You're Still the One by Shania Twain. Beautiful song. The lyrics here reads, "Ain't nothing better. We beat the odds together. I'm glad we didn't listen. Look at what we should be missing. They said, I bet they'll never make it, but just look at us holding on. We're still together, still going strong." So, maybe you and the person that you are thinking about for this reading, I'm assuming you're feminine watching for a masculine, and maybe friends, family didn't support the relationship for whatever reason, but you guys are still together, getting through the ups and downs of this relationship, okay? And that this masculine is still the one that you want, still the one that you love. Let's grab another song. A Groovy Kind of Love by Phil Collins. Anytime you want to, you can turn me on to anything you want to. Anytime at all. When I kiss your lips, oh, I start to shiver. Can't control the quivering inside. I mean, the desire is certainly still here, but so is the love. All right, so let's see what else needs to come through. Let's grab a couple of cards from the Real Talk with Him deck. So I'm kind of feeling that sentiment from the feminine for the masculine. Despite all of the struggles that you guys have been through, this Divine Masculine is still the one for you. All right, so where is the masculine in their heart? What are they thinking? What are they feeling right now? When I feel vulnerable, I run. Okay, so we might have a masculine here who tends to be the runner in the partnership. Certainly the desire, the love is here, okay? But for whatever reason, this might be a part of your history that maybe you had a relationship with a Divine Masculine who tended to kind of run away from their responsibilities or run away from a relationship, especially due to influences from family, from friends who were telling them, that that's just not the relationship for you. And rather than making up their own mind or doing what feels right for them, they tended to run. All right, so take that if it makes sense for your connection with the masculine. Let's grab another card. I didn't appreciate you when I had you in my life. I know that now. How I wish I could fix us. Will you let me fix us, or is it too late? I don't think it's too late simply because of the songs that have presented itself here. This is still the person that you want to be with. And I have a feeling here, we might have had a masculine that lost their way somewhere along the line, but wanting to fix this partnership, whatever that needs fixing, whatever part of it, needs to be addressed. All right, so let's go ahead and add to this, but those are the messages coming forward. So we've got a couple of songs, couple of messages from the masculine. So let's dig a little bit deeper here, Taurus. All right, so let's grab some insight from my Silhouettes deck here. For Taurus, focusing on the Divine Masculine for the first part of this reading. So we might have a masculine who's feeling vulnerable, but certainly loving the feminine and realizing now that maybe when you guys were together. So I'm assuming some of you guys are not. You're at a distance from one another, because we have a masculine here saying, I didn't appreciate you when I had you in my life. And I know that now. How I wish I could fix us. So for my feminines watching for this masculine, is it too late? You're the only one that can answer that question. Is it too late? My gut tells me no, but it's up to you. Dance like no one is watching. Somebody could really love to dance here. It could be the masculine. It could be the feminine. Maybe that's something that you guys really enjoyed. And I mean, we're grabbing songs here, so maybe you guys love to dance to particular songs that you really enjoyed listening to. We have dream house. It's not a home unless we're in it together. So again, for those at a distance, for those in separation, maybe you guys lived together at one point in time, and now we've just got this empty house because you guys aren't in it together. It's meaningless without each other. We have mine, okay? So I'm feeling here for the divine feminine watching for this divine masculine, you still want them. You still feel so drawn to your masculine. This is still the one for you. That's how you feel about the divine masculine. But this could be part of the challenge for some of you, why you're not together. The divine masculine could have gotten their hands dirty, okay? And it does say you knew what you were getting into, now clean it up. So there's a bit of a messy situation here that perhaps this masculine knows that because they didn't appreciate what they had in the relationship with the feminine, they ended up going a different direction, could have cheated on the feminine, there could have been infidelities here. But with this butterfly coming through, there is hope to bring this connection back to life. And then we've got tranquility. So even though things might have been a little bit chaotic between the masculine and the feminine, there's this opportunity to restore peace in this connection. In a world of uncertainty and chaos, you are my peace. And no doubt with this energy of infidelities, there could have been trust issues. That's where the chaos is. We do have tenderness, okay? No other arms could ever hold me. No other heart could ever love me. No other lips could ever kiss me quite as tenderly as you do. And I feel this is a realization that the divine masculine came to, especially once they got their hands dirty, realizing what it was that they did to ruin the relationship, a beautiful relationship that they had to begin with, because they didn't appreciate it. They didn't appreciate the value that it held. Bottom of the deck, we have groom here. Some of you guys, take it only if it applies. You guys could have been married to this masculine. Okay, groom, where they did pledge their love to the feminine. I pledge my love to you from this day forward. But with this going on, there were infidelities in the marriage for some of you guys, or the relationship if you weren't actually married to your masculine. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab some additional messages. I'm going to pull from my Heart and Soul Love Oracle deck here. So focusing on the divine masculine for Taurus. The masculine got their hands dirty, and now they've got regrets. All right. Let's see. What else do we need to know here? What else do we need to know when it comes to the masculine? We have Prism. Okay, so this says, I've spent way too much time saturating myself in sadness over losing you. I couldn't rush my healing. I had to be patient, be gentle and kind with myself, to cry, to feel the pain, fall to my knees in prayer, and find that glimmer of hope in the prism of my heart. I'm back. Okay, so, I mean, there was definitely something very painful that happened here between the two of you, because this represents healing after heartbreak. So you, the feminine, watching for this masculine, especially since we do have references to infidelities that are presenting itself here through the masculine's indiscretions, this could be where you're at, needing the time to focus on yourself. What else for Taurus, divine masculine? The connection with the masculine. We have cozy. Loneliness can feel so cold when we allow ourselves to wallow in that darkness. It's amazing how uplifting and comforting the right person, the right kind of love is. This is how your love makes my heart feel. Warm, loved, cherished, even on the coldest of days. And the thing is, because of this card, which is crucial to the messages presenting itself here, you knew what you were getting into. Now clean it up. So this masculine ended up stepping out on this cozy environment that they were sharing with the feminine, who was actually the right one for them, but they failed to recognize it at the time. You know, I'm turning off my fan. I'm cold. I swear, sometimes the temperature in my office, I'm either hot or cold. So yeah, even on the coldest of days. And maybe there's been a switch here. You know, maybe now it's the masculine that's feeling like they've been left out in the cold by the feminine. We've got lessons that needed to be learned here. And this card says, sometimes love puts you where you need to be. Sometimes it derails you and saves you from what you thought you wanted. Because there's something, someone better, taking you down broken roads, teaching you lessons that need to be learned. And sometimes it brings you back to the beginning, that first love, because that is where you belong after all. And I do get that for some of you, that this masculine ended up having to go on a different journey on their own, perhaps with someone else, thinking that the grass was greener on the other side. But part of this journey for them is to take them full circle and to bring them back to the love that was right for them to begin with. And that's with the feminine, you, the viewer. Watching for this masculine, they had to learn this lesson on their own. So for my feminines watching, here you are making your presence known. Her. We are all beautiful and unique in our own way, yet we are all the same. We love, we live, we laugh, we dream, we cry, we hope, we hurt, we heal. Don't underestimate our strength, for we are powerful. We can move mountains, make dreams come true, and win the battles that matter. We can give birth to ideas, inspirations, and leaders who can bring change. Absolutely. Okay, so next to this card of lessons, I feel when it comes to the divine masculine, there was something quite valuable that they really needed to learn when it came to seeing the value in the divine feminine. And then we have rise. Love has many colors. Sometimes it's gray when our heart has been broken, and sometimes you need to rise above the challenges to find clarity, to see the vibrancy of life and the love it brings us. And I really feel when it comes to the divine masculine, the only way that they were able to find that clarity was to perhaps lose the feminine. And so now they're coming through with this message. I didn't appreciate you when I had you in my life. I know that now. How I wish I could fix us. So feminines, will you let them fix it, or is it too late? And again, for those of you who are tuning in, it's totally up to you how you answer that question. Can you find it in your heart to forgive this masculine for their indiscretions? To fix the partnership. So let's dig a little bit deeper and let's grab some tarot cards here and see, is it too late? Or is it salvageable? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull some tarot from the Sacred Secrets of the Heart Tarot by Jennifer Aquarius Tarot. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Taurus, focusing on the divine masculine. All right, what else do we need to know here? Can you guys work this out? Well, my feminines, you're coming through as the Empress. Creation, abundance. So I feel you hold the cards when it comes to how this all plays out, you know? Because you have the power within you to create either something beautiful on your own or with this masculine. And perhaps they realize that now. That's why they're asking you, is it too late? Because the ball is in your court. But with the Seven of Pentacles right here, Pentacles being your own earth energy, Taurus, perhaps there is a delay as far as this masculine being able to create movement to fix this, because maybe you're just not ready. It does say delayed progress. It's time to come up with a new plan. So the Seven of Pentacles is a wait and see card. You got to wait and see how this unfolds. And maybe the waiting falls on the masculine, that they're going to have to wait for the feminine to be able to meet them halfway. So my feminines watching, no doubt you still have love for your masculine. Maybe you do still see them as the one. You still have love there, but you also have respect for yourself. Look at these cards. Look at this. We've got the Nine of Cups followed by the Emperor. Do you see this? So we've got the Empress and the Emperor, obviously divine counterparts here. So this is what's standing in the way of the two of you coming together right now. So there is a wish that can be fulfilled as far as you guys coming back together, but there's a delay, maybe because my feminines, just either you're not ready, you need to heal, or you're just really thinking things through before you make a decision. But this masculine wants to be able to fulfill this wish to make you happy. Because the Nine of Cups represents emotional stability, comfort and satisfaction in our lives, in the connection. But this makes sense for me because we've got the Ace of Cups followed by the Lover's card. So Ace of Cups is all about initially self-love. So maybe for my feminines that resonate with this, you want to be able to fill your own cup of love first in order to find the love that you need to see from your masculine. But as you can see, it does say new love offer, so it's just a matter of time really before the divine masculine makes that offer for possibly a new beginning with the divine feminine. And then we've got the Lover's card right next to it. In this particular deck, it does say soulmates. In other decks, I've seen it as a twin flame connection. Doesn't really matter what the label is, but this is a very deep, special soul connection between two people. You guys are like two magnets that will always be drawn back to one another. But I feel, my feminines, perhaps you need a little bit more time to just reassess everything, where you guys have been, where you are now, and ultimately where you see your future with this masculine. So it makes sense to me that this Lover's card is here because there's a decision and a choice that needs to be made. And I'm feeling here, just based off of how the cards are presenting itself, that decision, that choice falls on the feminine. That's just what I'm feeling here. So it's up to you, the viewer. If you are the feminine representation in this equation, it's up to you how this all unfolds. It's up to you how it goes. And that is why I feel there's a delay there. And look at that. Makes sense, right? Three of Cups representing fun times with a third party. So that's the challenge. That's ultimately why this is here, why this masculine ended up getting their hands dirty. They knew exactly what they were getting into, and what they were getting into was a third-party situation, which is why, again, we have a delay, because that's going to take time for the feminine coming through as the Empress, perhaps to be able to allow this Emperor back in. They have to earn their way back in. You know what I mean? Makes sense to me. All right, so let's go ahead and grab some numbers here, some angel numbers. So the Twin Flame Angel Numbers deck by Mystic Moon. Let's add to this and let's see what else needs to come through. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Taurus, Divine Masculine. What else do we need to know? What's the advice for the masculine here? We have 222, the necessary seeds have been planted on your journey. Remain patient as they begin to gestate. Exactly right. That's why we've got that Seven of Pentacles. That's why we have a delay. That's why there is this need to just have patience and for this masculine to wait until the feminine is ready. But I love this. We've got 4141. Congratulations. You've taken the proper steps on your healing journey, which assures success in this partnership. Love it. Because it was needed. That's why this is here. This masculine needed to learn those lessons. And I really do feel this, especially for the feminine at this time, 1221. Learn to provide your own happiness rather than relying on your twin flame to fulfill you. Because you're coming through as this empress, you know, beautiful energy. You can create whatever you want. You are coming through with that very abundant type vibe. So maybe at this time, for some of my feminines relating to this, you're just being very nurturing with yourself. Look at this. Makes sense. 2333. The intensity of this connection may stir up fear in someone. A runner-chaser dynamic may form. Remember this message from the masculine. When I feel vulnerable, I run. So there was a runner-chaser dynamic in this equation for some of you. But part of the lessons that they've learned is that they're not running anymore. That's why this says, congratulations, you've taken the proper steps on your healing journey. So, feminines watching for this masculine, I feel that give it time, you know, eventually the way this is all going to unfold, I feel will culminate in a very positive outcome here. All right, so I wanted to go ahead and grab some dialogue from the Divine Masculine for the feminine. So I'm going to pull from my Heavenly Hearts Oracle deck here. Angels and Spirit Guides, please. For Taurus, Divine Masculine, what do they want to say to the feminine at this time? Let's see. Your love lifts me so high I could fly. Remember this card right here? Rise. Okay, that is the effect that the feminine has on this masculine. My face hurts when I think of you because I can't stop smiling. So even though they know they've messed up and they haven't been the perfect partner, they got their hands dirty, when they think about the feminine, it still brings a smile to their face. Forever is such a short time for us to be together. So part of the lessons, part of their realizations when it comes to the masculine is seeing that forever, a lifetime isn't enough. So feminines tuning in, your masculine wants you to be their main squeeze. They don't want anyone else. But again, they might have had to lose you in order for them to realize that. You make me ecstatically, ridiculously happy. And lastly, my world would fall apart without you here. And I kind of feel that's already happened. Their world already disintegrated without the feminine here. And that just escalated that lesson to be learned a little bit quicker because it hurt. So they ended up hurting themselves by hurting the feminine. That is what I'm getting when it comes to this masculine. All right, guys, so whatever part of this made sense, if this is the portion of the reading that you wanted to watch, I do hope this offered you advice that's helpful. If you want to move on to the next section and watch the messages for the Divine Feminine, you're more than welcome to do so. All right, so let's go ahead and see what comes through with that section. All right, so if you are tuning in and watching this portion of the reading, we're going to be focusing on Divine Feminine messages. So I'm going to pull from my Heart Songs of the 90s deck, and then we'll grab cards from the Real Talk with Her Words of Wisdom deck, focusing on the feminine now. Angels and Spirit Guides, please. For Taurus, Divine Feminine. So whoever represents the Divine Feminine in your connection, let's take a look and see what the songs are. What are the musical messages here? I Could Fall in Love by Selena. For some of you, maybe your person's name, or maybe your name could be Selena as well. I could lose my heart tonight if you don't turn and walk away. 'Cause the way I feel, I might lose control and let you stay. 'Cause I could take you in my arms and never let go. Not wanting to let go of that love, of the connection. And in a way that coincides very similarly to the song that came through for the masculine, because remember the song, for those of you that watched the first half, You're Still the One. You're still the one. I could fall in love with you because you're still the one for me. Okay, so let's grab another song. Just Another Day by John Cicada. Mornings alone. When you come home, I breathe a little faster every time we're together. It'd never be the same if you're not here. How can you stay away so long? Why can't we just stay together? Just give me a reason. Give me a reason. So I feel this coming from the masculine. And part of the reason why, for some of you, why you can't stay together, and if this does tie in with what came through with the Divine Masculine reading here, is because there could have been infidelities there. There could have been trust issues. We could have had a masculine who was the runner in the partnership, running away from commitment, running away from getting into anything too serious with the Divine Feminine. And so what I am kind of feeling for the masculine in this equation here, Taurus, is that this masculine is missing the feminine's presence, realizing how much love is there. And again, going back to what came through earlier, I didn't appreciate you when I had you in my life. It'd never be the same if you're not here. So I feel for some of the feminines that you have detached from your masculine because of their indiscretions, because of actions that they took upon themselves to really ruin the dynamic of the partnership. Whether it was infidelity or not, whether it was a third-party situation or not. But that is what came through from the Divine Masculine reading. So we'll take a look and see if this one plays off of that, or at least parts of it do, or if this just goes in a whole different direction and comes forward with a different love story here. We'll see. All right, but that's what's presenting itself so far. Let's go ahead and grab a couple cards from the Real Talk with Her deck. Angels and Spirit Guides, please, for Taurus. Focusing on the Divine Feminine. All right, I'm guided to this message. Live, love, laugh. It's much nicer sharing it with him. Of course it is. You know, because you guys care for one another. There's love here, but there were also some issues and challenges in the partnership. Let's grab another message. Look at that. He will be back. So here's the thing, and here's the challenge when it comes to that message, because for some of my feminines, you might be presented with the opportunity for a reunion with somebody who hurt you. Again, whether infidelity or not, however way they hurt you. It's up to you. The ball is in your court. The decision falls on you whether you accept them back into your life or not. You know, you don't have to. The opportunity will arise. There's a really good chance for that because they still think about you. They want a reason to return. So, are you ready for that? Are you on the same page, or are you still healing? Have you gone in a different direction? Are you able to find forgiveness? So we'll have to see, okay? So going back to the Silhouettes deck here, let's see what presents itself here for the feminine now. Angels and Spirit Guides, please, for Taurus. Divine Feminine. All right, what else? Elation. My happiness thrives with you. I mean, of course, that could be the feminine stating that this masculine at one point in time made you very happy. But there's a reason why this is here that he will be back. And if this is coming through, then he's not with you right now. If he's coming back, he's at a distance from you. But perhaps for some of my feminines, you're still acknowledging that when times were good, you were happy with your masculine. But look at this. Tumultuous. Okay? Take it only if it makes sense, because this is coming through for some of my divine feminines who went through a very difficult time with a masculine. So let me go ahead and read this. We were wrong for each other right from the start, but we chose to ignore the signs until our raised voices drowned out any further remnants of love we had left to give. So remember the song that came through from the masculines. You're still the one. This person is not the one. So I'm kind of feeling for my feminines that there could have been a relationship from your past where it was tumultuous, where it was difficult, and that person might want to come back. So just be mindful of that, because I'm just kind of feeling for some of you that this would not be a welcome reunion. Okay, take that only if it makes sense. Someone from your past that you don't want them to come back. Part of the reason why it was tumultuous might have been, and again, take it if it makes sense for your scenario, your story, is that you got yourself involved with someone who was already married. And I mean, if they do want to come back, maybe they're single now, maybe they've gotten divorced. That could play out in so many ways. But if they're not, and if they want to come back and get into another third-party situation with you, I mean, you've got your own free will, you've got your own choices to make. It's your call. But, hopefully you decide for yourself that you're worth more than that, and you want to go in a different direction and find someone who is the one. Somebody that sees you as the one, rather than just an option, rather than just a side person, What else, please, for the Divine Feminine for Taurus? Finish line. Look at the next card. Here we go again. You see? Dirty. The finish line card says, don't stop now. So what I get for my Divine Feminines that relate to this, don't stop working on yourself. Don't stop reaching for what makes you happy, what makes your dreams manifest in your life, getting you onto the right path in your life so that you can find happiness with the right one. Because there's someone clearly here that's not right for you. They're not good for you. They got their hands dirty. And it says, again, you knew what you were getting into, now clean it up. They need to clean up this mess. But you don't have to be a part of that mess. You don't have to be a part of that mess. Butterfly. So similar cards, some cards that came through for the masculine coming through here again. The butterfly represents creativity, exuberant joy, spiritual rebirth, endless potential, transformation, change, hope, and your life. Be mindful of who it is that you want to live your life with. Be mindful of who it is that you want to love, who it is that you want loving you, being able to laugh with that person and enjoying their company. Just be mindful of who it is that you allow back into your life. And then we have mine, okay? So you know who it is. You know who it is that is in your heart, Divine Feminine. Are they available to be yours is the question. Or would you just be going back to creating more of a tumultuous energy in your relationship with this person, especially if they're still married, if they're still attached to someone else, Or would you just be allowing yourself to partake in a third-party situation? I'm assuming that's not what it is that you're looking for. This could also represent past energies, and that a feminine that you got in a masculine, I'm getting my readings mixed up here. The masculine that you got yourself involved with. You know, they need to be able to realize the drama that they got you into. So if this does represent the past, leave it in the past. Because you deserve so much better than this. Fall in love with the one that is meant for you, not somebody that just keeps you as an option or part of a love triangle, you know? All right. So let's go ahead and go back to the Heart and Soul Love Oracle deck here, and let's see if similar messages present itself, or if there are other messages that want to come through. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Taurus. Divine Feminine, what else? This is where some of you guys are at. Someday. You only see the part of me that I let you see. The tough exterior, the poker face. No sign of the hurt that you put me through. I'm never going to let you see how fragile I still am on the inside. That there's still a part of me working on healing and my personal growth. I'll be okay without you eventually. You see? This is a divine feminine who's walking away from this tumultuous situation. No longer wanting to get yourself involved in all of this drama. This is really interesting. Okay, going back to the song. Just another day. Give me a reason. Give me a reason. And then we've got the reasons card coming through here. So this card says, I've tried to move on. I've tried to forget. I've tried to love again. I've tried to remind myself that the reasons we had to let go of one another were good reasons. But when two hearts are destined, there are no good reasons. This distance, separation, my grief and loneliness from missing you, it's all too much. Please come back. I really feel this coming from the masculine for the divine feminine. They want you back. They want to come back. So what I'm kind of getting for some of you is you might actually hear from this person wanting to meet up with you, wanting to reconnect. Something as simple as, can we meet up for coffee? You know, something casual like that. Just to get the conversation flowing. Who knows? Maybe they want to come forward with an apology, which they should. If this is what all went down, this is absolutely what they owe you, is that apology. But is that even something that you would entertain? For some of you, maybe you know that you are in separation from a twin flame. You'll feel drawn to this person. There is still that magnetic pull, but that doesn't necessarily guarantee that two people who come forward as twin flames will live happily ever after, because it could be very challenging as well. So the card does read, you are my twin flame, you are the other half of my soul. No one else could ever come close to the type of intense spiritual connection that we are blessed to share. I'm honored that you are mine to explore this thing called life with, my life partner, my best friend, my soul spouse, my forever love. You guys could have had so many plans for the future. And that certainly includes marriage and long-term commitment. But again, part of the storyline for some of you is you got involved with somebody who was in a committed partnership already, whether they were married or not. Look at this timing. We've got a bride and a groom right there. Life is so simple for some people. They meet someone, they fall in love, get married, and live happily ever after. With us, it wasn't as simple. We met, we became friends, and more than friends. But life had other plans, other commitments, other obligations. It wasn't our time. Perhaps in our next lifetime it will be. So the timing's a little bit off for some of you. And part of the reason as to why that is because someone, I feel, is taken. But that's not going to apply to everybody. You know, just take it if it makes sense. And then lastly, we've got unwavering belief. I never gave up. I want you to know that even on the most difficult of days of missing you, I never gave up on us. I always knew that there would be a day when we'd find our way back to each other. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having faith and believing that you and this person can work things out, that you guys can come back together and overcome whatever tore you guys apart. As long as you guys are on the same page, though. So we've got a few scenarios presenting itself here for the Divine Feminine for Taurus. Those who are choosing to heal and move forward, and that you're okay not being with this masculine, because first of all, again, you're either dealing with a married man or somebody who's already in another committed partnership, or you might just be dealing with a player. So you are better off living your life going in a different direction. But there are those of you, perhaps through lessons that the masculine has learned and is now coming forward as a better person, a better version of themselves, wanting to really fix what's broken in the partnership. If you're open to that, and if they have cleaned up whatever this mess is, then yeah, Divine Feminine, you can absolutely perhaps entertain a second chance, a new opportunity at love with your masculine. For those of you that resonate with that, you still see your masculine as the one. That's what's coming through. Okay, so let's grab some tarot messages like we did for the masculine, and let's go ahead and take a look and see where this is going to go. So I'm going to go ahead and pull from the Pining Rose Tarot by Calico Moon. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Taurus, Divine Feminine. What else do we need to know? We do have the Knight of Wands. So for some of you, you might be dealing with a masculine who's a fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. This is someone who's passionate, very energetic. They love a good adventure. They tend to be very spontaneous. But the thing is, with the Knight of Wands, this is someone who really isn't wanting to commit. They can be a bit of a player. So again, be mindful of who it is that wants to come back, because you don't want this player coming back to you. They just want to have fun. And I mean, that's great, you know, live, love, laugh, but you want to be spending your time with someone who's not just playing games. Somebody who has the capability to really love you the way you deserve to be loved. The Magician. The Lovers. Some of you guys might be dealing with a Gemini here. So, the Magician representing manifestation. But you got to be careful, because this could also represent someone who's just being tricky and manipulative. So I'm getting a couple of people coming through for the Divine Feminine for some of you guys. One person that you know is more of a player, and then there's someone else coming through who could be a life partner. Which is why we've got the Lovers card here, because you've got some decisions that you need to make when it comes to your love life. There's one person perhaps that you feel more of a magnetic pull towards, who could represent your twin, perhaps. And then there's someone else that might just want to get you back into a third-party situation where you yourself could get your hands dirty. So just be careful, because you've got some opportunities that are coming forward. And I feel some of my feminines, you've already encountered this very painful energy of the Ten of Swords. So there's quite a bit of air coming through here. So Libra, Aquarius, Gemini for some of you. The Ten of Swords representing a very painful ending. Betrayals, emotional wounds, you see? You don't want this person back. Let that be a part of your past. Because all this person was doing was juggling you and someone else. That's not what it is that you're looking for here. There is someone else, though, that has the capability of coming in to be a better partner choice for you, Divine Feminine. Because the Knight of Cups, for some of you representing Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, this is someone who's very romantic, very charming. And I love how you've got the Ten of Pentacles. Finances for you looks really good. But Ten of Pentacles could also represent someone who could be your ideal mate, your perfect match. It represents a happy, secure time in love and a very strong bond that you feel with someone who's actually good for you. Not someone that's just going to be messing around and running and playing with your heart. So it makes sense to me. Five of Pentacles is the bottom card. Okay. So someone could have left you out in the cold, Divine Feminine, but there's also someone here that you need to leave out in the cold. And you know who that person is. So with that Hanged Man, let them go. Let them go. Put a stop to it. Because all it's going to turn into is this. With that Three of Swords, you're just entering into another love triangle. And you're just going to end up getting hurt again. That's not what it is that you're looking for. Yeah. And then here we are again with the Seven of Pentacles. So, that came through with the masculine too. Remember this card. So we've got the Seven of Pentacles coming forward for both the masculine reading as well as the feminine. So there is a delay here as far as seeing how things are going to play out. But maybe that's actually a blessing. Giving you more time to figure things out, Divine Feminine. To make better choices. That's why you've got that Lover's card right there. Did the masculine get it too? Let me just check. Yeah? Okay, so look at this. For the masculine and the feminine readings, we have two Lovers cards also coming through here. So be wise with the decisions and the choices that you both make, because not all choices are good ones, and you have to be able to make better decisions for yourself, Divine Feminine. That's what's coming through there. All right, so let's grab some angel numbers like we did for the masculine. Let's see what comes through here. So from the Twin Flame Angel Numbers deck by Mystic Moon again, for Taurus, Divine Feminine. All right, what numbers are going to come through for the Divine Feminine? We have 404. What is meant for you will never be held from you. Have faith. That Spirit is taking care of everything. I love that. Because again, remember this card that came forward? Unwavering belief. What's meant for you will come for you. Look at this. Much needed. 828. Look at that. Karmic justice will be served for the highest good of all parties involved. Whoever got their hands dirty, karma will be served. 105. Your intuition is divinely guided, so trust all that you are being shown at this time. Trust that gut. Trust your intuition. It serves you well, Divine Feminine. 111. Fresh new concepts and ideas are being made available to you for the journey ahead. So, you might be seeing little signs here and there as to particular ideas that you need to implement in your life to move forward. 333. Past, present, and future energies need examining. What do you truly want moving forward? Exactly. And that's why I feel we have a delay with that Seven of Pentacles. It's much needed for you to really reevaluate and take a look at where you've been, where you are right now, and where you see yourself going. And lastly, for those of you who do resonate with a twin flame connection, 8338. You and your twin flame are mirroring each other's thoughts at this present time. So yeah, there are those of you that feel you are on a twin flame journey and you guys are actually on the same page, which is good. And it's just a matter of time. Even though we have a delay here, it's a matter of time before you guys can find your way back to each other. So just hang tight here, because I have a feeling things will work out for the best. Just don't get yourself involved with someone who has the capability of breaking your heart again. All right, so let's go ahead and wrap it up here with some final guidance from your guardian angels, Divine Feminine. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Taurus, Divine Feminine. All right, let's see. Positive change. And the bottom of the deck is trust. And the card after that, I gotta pull it, is trust. Okay, so starting off with positive change. Dare to be different. When you are criticized, remember that you will never please everyone. Many brilliant and gifted individuals were not fully appreciated or understood in their own lifetime, yet it is often they who have sown the seeds of change. You got to live your best life in order to create these positive changes that you want to implement in your life. And then we've got the star. Believe in yourself. You are a wonder of creation. Wash away all fear and discover you are a shining star. Allow all around you to just be. Let go of trying to control life, for the light of your soul will guide you always towards love. Remember, stars are born through explosions of love. Love Love illuminates all things. Never forget you are truly a shining star. That you are, Divine Feminine. And lastly, trust. You are looking at a situation from purely a physical perspective, and therefore you cannot see the bigger picture and the blessings interwoven within this event. We, your angels, urge you to trust, for all will work out in the best way possible. Let go of your fear and apprehension and allow God's healing energy to flow to you. Trust, for all will heal in ways you never thought possible. That is exactly what's needed here, Divine Feminine. So just trust that your angel guides, your spirit team, the universe has your back, and this is all going to unfold the way it's meant to, for the way it's meant to work out in your life. Because again, remember, where is that card? What is meant for you will never be held from you. Just have faith that Spirit is taking care of everything. Exactly right. All right, guys, so that's where I'm going to leave this one. And hopefully whatever parts of it made sense for you, whether you resonated with the first part, with the Divine Masculine reading, as well as this one, or just bits and parts of both, I do hope that it helps you out and offers you guidance that's helpful at this time. And if you're interested in your own reading, that information is down below. Thank you so much, Taurus, and I'll see you next time.